everybody, Monica with Handmade Bay here, and I am back with part 2 for our Golden Book journals and to how to keep your spine intact while you make these. Okay, so this is the one we started working on, and I did complete it. I'm going to show you the whole walkthrough after I go step by step with you. I figured you don't need to watch me go through each page one at a time slowly. All right, so this is everything in here. All right. Here's our new spine. This is what it's going to look like in the end. Okay, gorgeous, right? And then with the way I'm putting them in, which I have another video of how to do this, but for these, you know, you have to be pretty precise with the measurements in here. But as you can see, look at all that room you're going to have now, right? Add pockets, all tags, anything you want to add in here, you've got plenty of room now, and it's going to really look great. All right, now yes, there's some stuff sticking out here, but that's going to be in part 3. I'm going to show you how I decorate it. We're going to cut the paper not precise, okay? So you may have some still sticking out, but you're going to work on that after for decorating, cutting. You may not know what you want to do yet, so let's keep things flexible here, okay? Like that pink one, definitely, but I may take this and just make a pocket, all right? And I do have a video to show you how to pick out papers, colors for your books, but basically with the Golden Books, look at the book and see what colors are in these books, and that'll tell you, you know, papers that will go with your pages. All right, so a little pink on this one, a little, I picked this for the hay. This one I left short because I did think about this a little bit before I started cutting. So this I knew I was going to have this short because it's kind of like she's peeking over and there's the mama cat's head peeking out. So I thought that that was cute. So when you turn it and see it, and the ponies, and this is just such a cute book. And here in the middle part now, I can keep adding more layers in here if I wanted to. So this is another way that you could build upon this. All right, so this is what I did. So let me get to showing you how we got this done. Okay, so here's another Golden Book I'm working on. I've actually had this for a while. I have not touched this in a long time. But I did get a question about pulling out the staples of the book on the first video. I know there's videos out there where you can go ahead and just pull out the back, okay? So I did it reluctantly on this one. So the reason why in my first video I am doing it like that is because for the older books you have rusted staples, so you have to be very delicate with them. All right, so this one I did just try to pop out the staples from the back. Okay, reluctantly I did this for you, but I want to show you what can happen. I'm hoping you can see this. If you're just going to go from the back and start popping it out, that staple, I'm going to try to show you this, is coming through. I'm hoping you can see it. All right, that staple popped through the foil. Okay, if that is not an issue for you, you're not looking to save the foil, then you can go right ahead and do that. But for the purposes of mine, I want to keep this intact. I don't want to have to fix anything, so I am very gentle with it and go through the middle of the book and do what I did in the first video. So I just want to explain why I do that. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it. See how it popped through? So, and as you start to pull this part even more, it's going to rip even more. So just to keep that in mind, if you don't care, then go right ahead and pop the back off. All right, so on the books, what we want to do is we want to go ahead. Now there's the middle part now. You see how it's just the foil in the middle there? There's really nothing protecting it. What you want to do is take a piece of chipboard, a piece of cardboard, about 1/8 of an inch. All right, you're going to put it on your slicer or use a razor. Just be careful because this is pretty skinny. And what you want to do is you just want to glue that right in there. All right, you'll see it on the video for the other book after this. And you just want to glue it in there. I use fabric tack or fabric glue just so we're not getting this wet in the back. All right, and it dries quicker, and I just feel it holds better. That's all you have to do, because we just want to get this even with the rest of the book. All right, so I'll show you. I did it on this, and now you can see how there is right there. All right, so there's no chance of this ripping. The papers in here are pretty secure on here, but this is just a little extra that, you know, if this rips, I will not be happy. So I want to make sure it's secure and it'll hold up. And usually you're pretty gentle with these anyway, but, you know, let's not throw caution to the wind. All right, so once you're going to get this in, you have your new spine measurement, okay? So it's going to be the width of that. All right, so what you want to do is you want to measure the middle part. Let me get this ruler the right way. So then this is all in there. And this is going to depend on which Golden Book. Most of them are the same, but remember, this is a small one. This is a regular sized one, so you want to measure. And this one is about 1 inch, okay? But don't go by the bend. You want to be inside the bend area, okay? So what I have found works really well, and you don't have a problem with the pages fitting in and it not closing and being stiff. You know how that can happen if you cut this too big? You're going to take a measurement, and then you're going to take 1/8 of an inch off of each side, okay, of where you're going to have your middle. And what that's going to do is just give you the room for it, okay? So you're going to take your paper, and so you're going to see where your middle's going to be. All right, measure your 1 inch, see where your middle's going to be, and then score 1/8 inside of that middle, okay? So let's just say, I'm just going to use this as a scrap. Okay, so I'm going to line up my middle here with like number 2 here. And then I would score 1/8 of an inch on each side. And then I'll give you that wiggle room for opening and closing. Okay, and then what you're going to do, now you're going to keep checking your book as you do this. Okay, you're going to put it in how you want it to sit. And you're going to make sure it's going to close. And you're going to have this glued down or taped down. Now for the purpose of showing you the book, I use double-sided tape. Double-sided tape holds very well. If you want to glue it, feel free to glue it. You know, you're just going to have to wait for that dry time. So this is going to close pretty good. Okay. I'm trying to do this on camera. It doesn't always work. Okay, but you see that's going to lay flat and it's going to close just fine. Okay, so then you know, all right, this measurement's going to be good. Now, with your pages, we know we got the first. And I always do a page first. I don't glue these pages directly on here because, you know, I want to save the integrity of these pages. So now for your pages, what's going to happen is your pages, you're going to have the middle where it's at on the spine, right? And it closed like this. Your pages are going to have a very faint line. Some have a very distinct line like this one, like the farm one did. And it's going to show you where your new spine bent. It leaves a mark, you know, from aging and being piled up with other books. So you want to find where that mark is, and if you don't see it, you're going to just take your book and make a faint mark like that and just get it lined up, okay? Better than I did. And then you're going to do the other side and see where that line's falling. From that line, you're going to come in 1/8 of an inch, and that's going to be your new fold line, all right? And that is going to fit into this. All right, so I'm hoping that made it clear for you. You're going to see it on the video, the walkthrough of the other one, but that's what you're going to do. And then everything should line up. So basically measure and come in 1/8 of an inch for your paper and 1/8 of an inch for your pages. Then once you have your colors picked out and you've scored everything, keep everything in order. Keep your story together. Okay, so once you pick out your papers, and you can pick out your papers first and then do everything, okay? You're going to keep everything lined up because when you go to put this together, you do not want any problems, right? So I put the papers in right flat. And do that. And of course, you're going to have different widths. What I do is I go 1 inch below the width of your book, and I'll go maybe 1/2 inch of the height, and that'll be what you cut your papers at, okay? This, I'm just using scraps right now, but that's kind of what you want to do for good alignment and everything. And this one I started doing, I'm going to have little things like this in there, but I need to put, I don't want to attach anything to the pages, so this is why I put these pages in. Okay, here's another one. All right, and I can put some in there. So keep your story together. All right, and they'll be scored so you'll be able to close it back up. And then as you're assembling your book, you're going to keep your book here, and you're going to take one page at a time. Once you get that glued in, you're going to take the next page. Slide it over. And just always watch that your story is following along to your pages. But if you stay organized and keep everything piled up, it's going to work perfectly for you. All right, so that's basically it. You're going to measure the middle, bring everything in 1/8 of an inch, and 1 inch shorter on your width for your pages that you're cutting, 1/2 inch on your height. And that's what you're going to follow for whichever golden book you're using. All right, and I think it's going to look good. So let me show you. I'm going to show you the walkthrough now of the baby animal ones, and I will be back. Okay, so I really hope that helped you. I hope I didn't go too fast in that tutorial, but again, remember, we're trying to keep this all nice, and I think you guys are going to do a great job, and I would love to see your results. The next video, I'm going to do a walkthrough on decorating mine. All right, we'll do some pockets together, and I'll just show you what what I do. I'll have to go find some stickers and have some fun with it. All right, so I'd love to see your stuff. Please post, comment. If you have a question, I will reply to you. All right, you can just put it down below. I'll have those measurements for scoring in the middle to come in 1/8. And I think you guys are going to do great. And I hope this helped you out in preserving it. I love these golden books, and if I could keep them intact the best way I can, it makes me happy. All right, I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me, and have a wonderful day. See you later.